Hey guys, it's me Paige from Atfraley, and welcome to a Q&A video. Okay guys, so I'm doing a Q&A video today because my friend and basically my sister, Eden, you should go check out her channel, Eden Grub, did one of these videos. And at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, everybody does Q&A. I overlooked it. And then when I was watching, I realized I have never done a Q&A video ever in like 5 years of YouTube. And I guess I thought, you know, everybody's done them. I have to. I actually never have. So I thought, you know, now might be the time to actually do one, especially since Eden, she asked me if she could steal one of my videos, which was cleaning out my closet and organizing my desk from about a week ago. And then I was like, yeah, sure, because it's not like stealing my video anyway. And then I was like, actually, I was gonna do a Q&A. So it's sort of like a collab that we're doing like the same videos back to back for fun. There's no like actual reason why, but I just thought that was interesting that basically she's doing one of my videos and I'm doing one of hers on my book with questions right here. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. My first question is, would you like to be famous? And the answer is yes, but there's some complications with that. Famous has varying like degrees and levels of how famous you are, and that can also vary by opinion. So for me, I would love to be a Broadway star. That's been my goal since I was 4 years old. So I've spent my whole life working towards that, to pursue maybe a career in film, if possible. Mainly I want to go into media and probably be a news anchor of some sort, or a director. Whole career choice, mainly media and broadcasting. So yes, I do want to be famous, but interesting side note, not from YouTube. I really don't want to be famous from YouTube. When I was really little, I thought that might be cool, but I very quickly actually grew out of the thought of getting famous from a YouTube channel. I don't want that to happen. If I'm like famous and then my YouTube channel grew because people knew me from something else, that would be okay. I don't want this to like blow up and then, yeah, it's a whole thing. Number 2 is, have you ever met anyone famous? Again, this kind of goes back to who you consider to be famous. I don't think I've met any serious giant movie stars. I don't think so, but I have seen a lot of Broadway shows, and so bigger actors on Broadway, which to some people, including myself, are famous, have met them. Like now, especially after Beetlejuice has gone super popular. Alex Brightman, I met him when I saw School of Rock. I've met Leslie Margarita, when I saw Matilda. I know that she was pretty big for a while. I've also met Eden Espinosa at an IMEA Awards. She played Alphaba for a time. I think I met Corey Cott at Bandstand and Laura Osnes. So you can check my vlogs, my old New York vlogs, from what Broadway shows I've seen and whatever actors are in them, I've met them. Number 3 is, where do I want to live? Ultimately, I would really like to live in NYC as an adult, but in reality that may not be possible. I'm okay with living around here, or even closer to maybe like Charleston. I'm also okay with Los Angeles, as far as, like I said, I would like to do some films. I've been very interested in that recently, but I don't think I would actually really want to live in LA. Mainly I would want to live in New York. But if we're talking outside of the country, London. I want to live in the United Kingdom, or just outside of Paris. Maybe not in the city of Paris, but like in a smaller town outside of it, in France. Number 4 is, what was the last film I watched? The last film I watched was the One Day at Disney documentary, which I consider to be a film. I think feature-length documentaries count, but some people don't. So if you don't count documentaries, then the last film I watched was The Rise of Skywalker. I got it on DVD with the full set and like all of the extras for Easter. So that would be the last actual film I watched. Number 5, this is all kind of going with a theme at the moment. Have I ever cried in a film? Yes, I have cried I cry almost every time I watch a movie. If it gets like really emotional, or if there's a character that I really relate to, I cry almost every time, either if I'm watching it at home or if I'm in the theater. Most recently, I went to watch The Rise of Skywalker for the second time in theaters. This was, I think, back at the end of January, beginning of February, I think. And I cried. I didn't cry the first time I watched it. I cried the second time I watched it. And so I cry all the time on almost everything with TV shows and movies. Almost every time. Number 6, this one's kind of random, but I thought it was fun. What is my Starbucks order? So, I don't go to Starbucks very often at all. I know some people go like every day, especially when, you know, things aren't closed because of a global pandemic, but I rarely go to Starbucks. When I do go, I probably would get a strawberries and cream frappuccino, or if they have like a specialty frappuccino, sometimes they have like caramel ribbon crunch kind of thing that are special, or like a chocolate special one, depending on like what season it is, and I might get those. Or I would just get a pink drink with extra scoops of strawberries. Number 7 is dream rolls, and I feel like this is a big question because I have too many to count. Like, actually, far too many. Bigger ones that I can name off the top of my head are Christine Daae from The Phantom of the Opera, Mary Lennox in The Secret Garden, if I'm not too old yet, Anastasia in Anastasia, Pecky Sawyer in 42nd Street is a huge dream role of mine, Little Red in Into the Woods, Lori in Oklahoma, because I really, really love that show, and that's a big dream role. I would also really like to be Ado Annie, but I think I want to be Lori more than I want to be Ado Annie. I would like to play Maria or Liesel, you know, Liesel, and then as I got older, probably Maria in The Sound of Music. I really want to be Sandy in Grease. That's been a dream role of mine since I was like 9. Really want to play Sarah or Adelaide in Guys and Dolls because that's one of my favorite shows of all time, and either character would be amazing. The Mother in Ragtime, because the Ragtime show, like that musical, is so good. I want to be all of the Disney princesses, especially Belle and Ariel, like in the musical versions, obviously. I also really, really, really want to play Roxy Hart in Chicago. I doubt I'll ever get to, or that my mother would ever let me, but I really want to play Roxy Hart. I also want to be the Arabian in the Nutcracker. If you guys don't know, I am a dancer, so I would like to have the Arabian solo in Nutcracker, and I have about 1 million others. Number 8 is, what is the last compliment I got? This one is actually an interesting one because it could be totally random. Like, some people might be like, oh, you know, on a normal day, you know, I was walking down the street and a person was just like, oh, I like your outfit, and that counts as a compliment. This one's actually really deep. I was having a very serious conversation with like a very close friend of mine, and they were kind of talking to me about some like deeper stuff that I won't get into. They said like they were thankful that I was like their best friend and that I was the most loyal to them, and that they were very thankful that I'll always be there, which I will. And that, I don't know, that always gets really emotional, and it's not the first time this person has said that, but I don't know, every time it still feels special. Number 9 is long hair or short hair. This seems like a simple question, but I actually get asked this a lot. I really like short hair. For myself, I want short hair. I would like it to be like here, but my mother will never let me cut it that short. Normally whenever I get it cut about here. My hair, it looks like my hair is not much longer than what I'm pointing at right now, which is my collarbone, but where it's in braids it looks shorter. It's actually a bit longer now. I like short hair, but for theater and everything, you sometimes have to have longer hair for roles. Of course, you have wigs and everything, which are really, you know, useful, and they're used a lot, but I do tend to grow out my hair for shows, and then randomly when said show is over, or I know I don't need long hair anymore, I chop it off because I like it short. The last question is, would I rather be a Disney World employee or a Universal employee? And that seems like another, you know, this is kind of a random question, but I really do want to work at Disney World. So I would say Disney World employee, even though I have an obsession with Harry Potter and I could work, you know, at Hogwarts essentially if I were to be a Universal employee. But I really want to work at Disney. I don't really care what job, whether it be performing. I'm also really into Imagineering and just art and drawing, and I want to do the Disney College program. That's seriously something I'm going to do. So, Disney. Have a rapid fire round of bonus questions. There's just a couple here, but these were essentially provided by the Grubb family. The first one is Mary Poppins or the Sound of Music. So, actually, I was in Mary Poppins as Jane with Eden's mom, Michelle, as Mary. So this is kind of a special one. It's actually not an easy choice because Julie Andrews is so fabulous, but I would say The Sound of Music because The Sound of Music got me into theater. Really, it solidified my interest in musical theater. The second one seems strange to people who don't know me. Pickles or lemonade sparkling ice. So I have an addiction to pickles as well. Anything acidic, I love vinegar. So olives and pickles, and pickle chips, which I haven't had chips in 3 months, but yeah, pickles. Disney or Star Wars, and this is a trick question because Star Wars is owned by Disney. So there's a loophole. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt right now. I'm also addicted to Star Wars, but it's owned by Disney. So if I choose Disney, I get them both. The last question is also kind of personal to me. It's Baby Yoda or Elsa, and I feel like this one was given by Eden just because, you know, it's a big joke with them and that family and myself that, you know, I played Elsa, so Elsa's kind of like my character. But I also think that the child from The Mandalorian is adorable, so I asked Eden if she was talking about Frozen 1 Elsa or Frozen 2 Elsa, because the answer changes. Frozen 1 Elsa is what she said, so I said the child, because I think that Baby Yoda has the potential to be more powerful than Elsa. But if it's Frozen 2, you know, self-actualized Elsa, where she's like, look at me, I'm not gonna rule my kingdom anymore, I'm gonna go be this amazing spirit with power, then I choose Elsa. Yeah, that's all the questions I have for this video. I think it's so random that I've never done a question and answer session on my channel, when I kind of assumed I had, which I never have. But it's something that everybody's done. I don't know. I'm glad that I've done it now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe learned something about me. Some of these questions were random, but I actually had more fun than I expected filming this. I thought it was going to be boring, but it wasn't. And this is actually a long clip that I'm going to have to edit to be shorter because I had so much fun talking about my answers. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out Eden Grubb and her question and answer session, her Q&A video, and then as well as go and watch her closet clean out and then my closet clean out because we sort of did a collab on that. Thanks for watching. Bye!